My name is Carrie Berk, and in 2020, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety and obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, this is really scary for me to talk about because it's my first time speaking about my anxiety publicly. And it's scary to a lot of people to talk about. Mental health is taboo, and we need to do something to change that. I know that this issue is much larger than myself. Mental health is not talked about in schools. Our education system is flawed in that way. So when I first experienced symptoms of OCD, I was confused, I was scared. Honestly, I felt paralyzed. I would sit in my bed and I would stare at the ceiling and I would just cry. To me, mental health is safety. Mental health is love. Not every day is going to be a 10 out of 10, but we need to normalize the fact that it's okay not to be okay. The other day, I received a comment on a YouTube video that said, if you would stop existing, your mom would be the happiest. I also got an email from someone that said, the day you die is the day I will wear pink and party. Bullying is one of the leading causes of teen suicide. I question if the people that wrote those messages thought about that before pressing post, before pressing send. We're all human and we all have emotions. Your words hurt, they can scar, and you never know what someone is going through. I've received hundreds upon hundreds of hate messages and death threats. No one deserves to go through that. Mental health is not something to be messed around with. So please speak to others the way you would speak to yourself. With kindness, understanding, respect, and forgiveness. The world is filled with enough hate, so stop fueling the fire online. It's time to normalize mental health struggles. It's time to implement mental health into our education system from a young age. Our work is just getting started. I'm honored that as an influencer, I have the platform to shed light on such an important topic, and I stand proudly with some of my friends who also have large platforms. I told you what mental health means to me, and now I'm gonna let them share what mental health means to them.
For me, mental health is taking care of my whole being. That may sound selfish when other people realize the magic of taking care of yourself and how it affects them in such a positive way, they won't necessarily feel that way. I'm actually doing a challenge right now, which is meditating 10 minutes a day, reading 30 minutes a day, moving my body 30 minutes a day, and also making my own coffee, which are 4 things that just make me feel whole. They bring me back to center.
Mental health is so important to me because it is something that impacts every aspect of your life, and a few things that I do to maintain my mental health is every week I take a day off of social media so I can decompress, take a step back, have that time to spend with friends and family.
Mental health is so important to me. Lately, I've been journaling in the mornings, writing down what I'm grateful for, centering myself before I start the day, and it's helped me with my relationships, it's helped me with decision making and overall stress. So focus on your mental health, it will save you.
To me, mental health means putting yourself first, being selfish with your time, not feeling like you have to say yes to everything, which I struggle with all the time, taking a bubble bath, having a glass of wine, totally treating yourself, getting a massage, whatever it is that you like to do to make you feel one with yourself.
I think that emotions are much stronger for children, so my mom tries to find ways to calm me down and kind of ground me and make sure that, you know, I know that I'm safe. I would just say to use all 5 of your senses, to look around, see stuff, touch stuff, smell things, and it kind of makes you feel grounded.
I think the 4 things I think about when I'm thinking about mental health is your physical health, which is something that goes hand in hand with your mental health, your home, which is like, you know, the place that you live in, your purpose, what is your purpose in life, and your community, the people around you.
Mental health is not just a hashtag or a trend, it is a real life issue that a lot of people of all ages deal with. Remember, it is okay to ask for help. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't.
Mental health is so incredibly important to not only doing our best, but also being able to perform at our best. So it's incredibly vital that we're honest with ourselves and with each other when it comes to mental health.
There is nothing more important, no job, no amount of money, that is more important than your mental health and your family and your well-being. There's some days I take a day off. Sometimes I've even taken a week off and I don't announce it and I don't make a big deal out of it. It's okay to do something for you.
Mental health to me means maintaining my inner peace and avoiding internal conflict.
As someone who has struggled with anxiety and depression for most of my life, one of the best things I've done for myself is start prioritizing my mental health and taking care of myself. Whether it's through therapy or other coping strategies, it's so important that we recognize our needs.
To me, mental health means taking care of yourself and prioritizing the balance between rest and working hard.
Mental health is making sure that you are at peace and in love with yourself. It's rewarding yourself for doing the most basic things instead of restricting and limiting yourself and only rewarding yourself when you reach a goal.
Mental health is extremely important, especially as an artist, where it's so easy to get caught up in self-doubt and negativity and just the general chaos of being in this industry.
I definitely think that mental health is something that's super important that we don't give enough attention to. Just remember to always be kind to yourself. It's always okay to take time for yourself, to do self-care, and just be as positive as you can and make sure the people around you are supportive of you, and you got this.
I think it is so important to be talking about this, especially online, because it helps other people know that they're not alone and that there are other people dealing with the same struggles that they are. I also wanted to say that I am so proud of you if recently or just in your lifetime you have had enough courage to speak out about how your mental health has affected you.
To me, mental health is finding that state of happiness, that state of mind when you feel comfortable being who you are and you don't feel pressured by anyone else or by the society to try to be somebody that you're not.
Mental health means taking care of yourself, being kind to yourself, and being kind to others.
Especially considering how hard these past 2 years have been, I like to make sure I'm taking care of myself. I like to make sure I'm not overworking myself, overstressing myself.
Honestly, mental health can mean so many things and so different for each person, but to me, mental health kind of is equivalent to physical health. When I was really at my lowest mental health, I always did not feel well. And the second that I got in tune with my mental health, I realized what helps me and what works for me. I started feeling amazing.
At the end of the day, we're stuck with our own thoughts that are in our heads, and that means both the positive and the negative. And I believe that everyone deserves to live their best life, have a peace of mind, and be able to get past the struggles and all the things that might hinder all the possibilities that life has to offer.
I have been struggling since I was like probably in kindergarten with anxiety, and it was really bad for a long time. It was just so crazy how much it would control my life. I think it's really important that you check up on people all the time and ask them how they're feeling, because that can really just make their whole day.
It's so important to be kind and understanding to everyone you meet. You never know what anyone's going through.
It's mental clarity, because a lot of times you are struggling with your own thoughts. You got sort of mental fog. There's tons going in now, overthinking, stressing. It's just calming yourself down and being able to have control of your body and brain and making it work for you.
To me, mental health means having the courage to face your emotions, the self-compassion to sit with them without self-judgment for as long as you need to, and the strength and the resiliency to brush yourself off, get back up, and do the challenging actions that you know you need to do to make yourself feel good, and be present with those actions.
Please check out the amazing mental health organizations out there, including the Mental Health Coalition, which is helping to destigmatize mental health. One of my biggest inspirations and mental health advocate, Kendall Toole, always says they can knock you down, but they can never knock you out. If we all band together, we can save so many lives.